Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the digital streets. And yes, I will be putting you on, and yes, wigs will be flying. But before we get into this video, I need you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and when you hit the subscribe button, I need you to hit the bell so you be notified whenever I upload new content. Last but not least, I need you to get into that comment section and let me know exactly what you think about what's going on in these digital streets.
Right now, believe it is Gloria Allred speaking right now.
To isolate and to denigrate many young girls. He was a skilled sexual predator who preyed on his victims, and after grooming them, he inflicted significant emotional and sometimes physical harm on them, which in some cases will continue to hurt them for the rest of their lives. Much of the pain that they suffered because of him was evident as the victims read their victim impact statements today in court. They wanted the court to understand their pain and for the defendant to hear the harm that they've suffered as a result of the pain that he has inflicted on them. Although he had what he may have thought was a perfect scheme to sexually victimize his young victims, he underestimated their courage to fight back and assist law enforcement in making him accountable in a court of law. All of my clients, who were, by the way, the majority of the victims who testified in this case, were very courageous as they testified and were cross-examined and or spoke to law enforcement or testified before a grand jury to assist in the prosecution of R. Kelly. Together, they were able to fight his power by becoming empowered young women themselves, who refused to be intimidated by him and his enablers. I am proud of all of them. And there are many sacrifices made in order to bring R. Kelly finally to the bar of justice. They have succeeded in making R. Kelly suffer the consequences of his criminal acts.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lizette Martinez. And I just want to thank Gloria. I want to thank the prosecutors. I want to thank the judge. Today was a very special but hard day for us. I personally, this happened to me a long time ago. I was 17, I'm 45 today. I never thought that I would be here to see him be held accountable for the atrocious things that he did to children. I don't know what else to say except that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for today. And I'm grateful that Robert Sylvester Kelly is away, will stay away, and will not be able to harm anyone else. Thank you.
Lizette, what did he do to your life?
He ruined it.
Tell us how.
I was an up-and-coming singer. I was a girl full of life, very innocent but very driven, and preyed upon basically at the mall in Aventura, Florida, and promised just a mentorship and quickly turned into, I would just say, a sex slave.
Asked about the sentence.
Is 30 years enough?
Do you think sentence was enough?
I personally don't think it's enough, but I'm pleased with it. It's fine.
Thank you for your bravery.
Thank you.
We love the girls.
Good afternoon. I am Jovante.
Jovante?
My name is Jovante. I started this journey 30 years ago. I was 14 years old when I encountered Robert Sylvester Kelly. There wasn't a day in my life up until this moment that I actually believed that the judicial system would come through for black and brown girls. I stand here very proud of my judicial system, very proud of my fellow survivors, and very pleased with the outcome. 30 years did he do this, and 30 years is what he got. I thank the prosecution. I thank my attorney, Gloria Aldridge, and I thank all of you all that have stood in support of us for so long.
Why did it take the police so long? Why did it take the police so long? Are you frustrated it took so long for you to get justice?
I can't speak to why it takes anyone the amount of time that it takes, but they've done their homework, they've presented their case, and now we have justice in our judicial system.
Were they not listening to black women? Was there a problem around race here? Were they not listening to black women?
They were not paying attention to the details that were being articulated to them. I won't say that they were not paying attention. I will say that they were not listening for detail.
Jovante, how did this affect your life, your dealings with him?
Being in a situation as such affords you the ability to be re-victimized over and over again in different areas of your life. When you are taught to be quiet and to keep silent about things that should be spoken about openly, you find yourself reclused, and that often affords people the ability to manipulate you.
Who forced you to be quiet?
I'm sorry, sir, I didn't hear you over.
I'm sorry. Who forced you to be? You said when you're forced to be quiet. Who forced you to be quiet?
Society. Society. When people are telling you that you're not telling the truth and there's no support for you.
Javante, did you cry when you heard the 30 years, when you heard the sentence? Did you sigh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
How do you feel now?
Last question, then.
How do you feel now?
Overwhelmed.
Johnny, how do you spell your name?
1 second.
Thank you for your bravery.
Spell your first name first, Javante.
There are some others, I think, that one of the...
Gloria, could you spell Javante's first name? We're going to send them back.
Okay, I think that's it. Jove, as in Victor, Ante.
Dora, can you speak to the process here? Excuse me? The process.
It's been a long journey to justice.
Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God, all of them. Got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one.
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women that I apologize, but I apologize in those relationships. At the time I was in the relationships.
Have you broken any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I can't help here.
Robert.
Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
A few moments later.
What's the name?
He was just asking for some clarifications about some of the terms that were read to him. As you all know, Mr. Kelly has some literacy issues, so it's really important there's a great deal of things that have to be explained in a little more slowly. So.
But in terms of the sentence, how does that feel about the sentence?
Well, I mean, obviously he's devastated. 30 years in prison is like a life sentence for him. But at the same time, we knew the government was asking for 25 years. We were prepared for what the judge might impose. So it didn't come as a great big surprise. We were prepared for it, and we are now prepared to fight this appeal. For us, it's just the beginning of the fight, frankly. So we were prepared going in for today, and he's doing okay with it despite it being crazy.
Speaking in self-defense, why did he not want to make
a statement in allocution? That was on advice of counsel. That was on my advice.
Why?
Because he has pending cases. It's obvious. He's got pending cases, and he has a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and I advised him to invoke that Fifth Amendment right. I promise you, he does want to make a statement. He will make statements eventually, but on the advice of counsel, he remains silent today.
Will you be putting in an appeal? That he's not guilty.
Okay, so the appeal will lay out that the enterprise that was charged
as you will see if you've read my post-trial motions, which you probably have not, our position is this was not a RICO or racketeering act violation. These were isolated events that happened many years ago, and the government simply tried to plead around the statute of limitations to bring it in a RICO charge, which was inappropriate. So, I mean, all I can tell you is there was no enterprise. There was no enterprise. It was one man with allegations by a number of women, which doesn't make it an enterprise. And that is why he's not guilty of racketeering.